Okay, hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Outliers Advantage series in the year 2026. And today we have the incredible Miracle Solomon, and she'll be handling the topic beyond competence, how to stand out before and after getting hired. And in case you don't know Miracle Solomon, congratulations. You have just met a human resource officer extraordinaire. She's a seasoned HR who manages talents and people across recruitment, payroll, performance, and employee management. So let me let you in on a little secret. I joined this call 10 minutes to time, and Miracle Solomon was already on the call. That stunned me. I'm not going to lie to you. So that means that in addition to her interpersonal skills, you can add punctuality to it. So there's this boss I had, Stephen Akintayo, who used to say that life is measured in time. So if you don't value a man's time, it means you don't value his life. So the fact that Miracle Solomon came here 10 minutes to time tells you how much he values your life as an individual. So that being said, I'm going to hand over the floor to Miracle Solomon because I know she has a lot to give to us. So I don't want to waste more of her time. So Miracle Solomon, the floor is yours. Thank you for accepting our invitation.
All right. Thank you, Emeka. Please confirm that you can hear me, everyone.
Loud and clear.
All right. So good evening, everybody. Happy New Year. I'm so excited to be here. And as Emeka had rightly introduced, my name is Solomon Miracle. I work as a HR practitioner in Sunbed Global Concepts, and I'm currently based in Lagos. So I've been given a topic beyond competence, how to stand out before and after getting hired. So the key word here is standing out. So that's the key word for me. And standing out means that you're someone of value, you're unique, and you bring a lot to the table. And you are a very, very, very valuable staff in your team. So we want to be people of value, people of substance, and want to be able to stand out even after we are being hired. So before I delve into the topic of the day, I would like to say that this is going to be a very interactive session. In fact, I'm going to start the session with hearing your thoughts. So I'm going to be dropping a link on the chat box. I want you to click on that link. It's going to take you to Mentimeter. And I dropped the question there. I would like us to share our thoughts on what we think before we start the session properly. Is that fine?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, so please confirm that you've seen the link on the chat box. I'm going to be sharing my screen for us to see people's thoughts. So as people are dropping their response, you're going to be seeing people's thoughts on the question that was asked. So just give me a minute to share my screen. Okay, so someone is already responding already. So the question, please confirm that you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right, fantastic. So the question is, which do you think matters most in getting hired? So remember that the topic is beyond competence, how to stand out before and after getting hired. So now, before getting hired, what do you think matters most during recruitment? So is it your technical skills that matter most, that gets you the job? Is it your qualification? Is it who you know? Is it how you show up overall? Please let's get your thought on this quickly. In 2 minutes we'll wrap up. So there's no right or wrong answers. I just want to hear your thoughts before we delve into the topic of the day. So I have 4 responses so far. And this is anonymous, so I don't know who is sending this. So please, I would like you to quickly give your responses so that we can move in to other things.
Yeah, guys, please just check the chat box. You are going to see the link. Click on it and choose the answer you feel is the correct answer. And like she said, there is no right or wrong answer. Just choose what your
Exactly.
mind thinks is the correct answer. So go for it. Go for it, guys. We're 14 here. So we only have five. It means there are how many answers to go? 15 now. So it means we have 10 answers to go. So check the chat box. In case you're just joining, let me copy the link and send it again. So if you're just joining us, Uncle Solomon dropped a link, and this is it. I just reshared it. She said, click on this link, and then there's a question there, and the question is asked anonymously. Just answer. What do you think is the correct answer? And that's all. Just choose an answer. We won't know who gave which answer.
Yeah, so the responses are coming in. So we have 6 people now, and in the next 1 minute, we'll be closing it. So, like he mentioned, there's no right or wrong answer. Okay, we have 7 now. 1 minute to go, and we'll delve into the topic of the day. Okay. Oh, 8. Fantastic. Fantastic. The qualification has it. Um, okay, so I'm going to stop sharing now. So, which do you think matters most in getting hired? Is it technical skills, qualifications, who you know? I'm surprised that nobody clicked on who you know, but well, that is the Nigerian thing, and how you show up overall. So I am of the opinion that it's how you show up overall that gets you hired. Like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. So I'm going to be sharing my screen on the presentation slide so that it guides our conversation. So just give me a minute to share my screen.
So while she's sharing her screen, guys, if you during the course of the session, if you have a question, please note it down so that you can ask. Remember, there is no right or wrong questions. There is no foolish question. If a question drops in your mind, there is somebody else that question is in his or her mind, and maybe that person is a coward, and that's why they are not asking. So don't be a coward. Ask your question if it bothers you. All right. So Miracle Solomon, are you set?
Yes, I'm set. Please
Oh,
confirm that you can see my screen.
yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So the topic again for those of us that are joining now is beyond competence, how to stand out before and after getting hired. And like I earlier mentioned, the key word for me here is standing out, being someone of great value, being very unique um in before getting the job. Because I mean, if you're being hired, it means that you actually stood out from other candidates that were interviewed and you got the job. But it doesn't just stop at getting the job. It actually means that you put in a lot of effort to stand out and be someone of great value. So that's why we're having this discussion today. So I'm going to be moving on to my next slide. So why competence alone is not enough. So before we start talking about competence, I would like to go back to the dictionary meaning of competence. So competence means being capable and fit for the job. I mean, that's why we're having the interview session. We want to know if you are fit and you're capable to actually carry out that task. So being competent get you considered. That's the fact. Before you get the job, they have to test your competency level. And when you get the job, it means that you've been tested, and the hiring manager and whoever is on the panel is satisfied with your performance, meaning that you can actually carry out the job. But it doesn't just stop there. And then it doesn't just stop there. And it doesn't automatically mean that we trust you, because we don't even know you. We're just, okay, let this person come in and let's see what the person can do. That is why there's usually a probation period. So competence does not automatically end trust. It doesn't automatically end visibility or retention. So that's why in the 9 to 5 corporate world, there's a probationary window to test you to see whether you can actually demonstrate what you said you can do during the interview session, during the interview stage. So the next slide is going to be talking about what should now be considered beyond just your competence. So what HR professionals really look for. So in the previous slide, I hope you are with me. In the previous slide, we said
Yes, we are.
competence gets you considered, but it's not enough. So now, what do HR? So this is what HR professional look for beyond competence. So beyond you being able to do the job, we look at your attitude and mindset. Attitude and mindset is it's like the first thing. So when someone have gotten the job, an email has been sent with their offer letter and outlining their resumption date, which was already aligned by the candidate and the hiring manager, and the person resumes. There's usually an onboarding session where the HR practitioner take the new employee on, just discuss everything the person needs to know, the line manager and all of that. So on your first day of work, your line manager starts observing you, and your attitude and your mindset goes a long way. So for example, I manage a sales team where, because we have different subsidiaries, we have the trading arm of our business, for example, and let's say we have a sales manager or a sales executive, and he has been given a target to work with. So from the interview stage, he has said, oh, I have been able to generate 1 billion naira in revenue, and I've been able to hit my target in my previous place of work. I will brought this person to actually come and drive sales in our own company. For example, this is an example. And we've given this person a target to do. We've given the person everything, his job description, his KPI for the year, and all of that. So when I say KPI, I mean key performance indicators. So we've given the person everything the person needs to know, and there's been orientation and all of that. And the person now feels that, oh, I cannot do this thing. Oh. It shows in your attitude, it shows in the way you carry out your tasks. So HR is looking at, oh, this person that we just employed now, he has a very bad attitude or mindset. He's not able to deliver tasks at when due, or he has a very bad attitude in terms of relating with other people. So this is some of the things we look out for beyond being able to do the job. Then secondly, cultural alignment. So in every organization there is way of life. So you hear people say, oh, in my company we have the culture of respect, we have the culture of employee well-being. So there's a culture, there's a way of life in a company. So when an employee move into a company, HR observe the way the person behave. Culture is just the way you behave, the way of life. So there are some people that when they come into an organization, they don't even they don't even observe to say, okay, what is happening? How do you people do things here? Even as little as how do you address each other? Some companies they address each other with Mr. and Mrs. or Miss. Some people addresses each other with first name. Some people addresses each other with Sir. and ma. So these are some of the culture that you're going to be observing. Okay, how do I send emails? How do I do this? How do I do that? That is very, very important beyond your competence. Are we following?
Yes,
Yeah,
we are.
that's
Hello. All right. Then another thing that HR looks at beyond competence is ownership. So you are given a task to do. Do you own that task? Do you own that responsibility? Do you follow up on process um, other processes to ensure that that task is being delivered? For example, you are a business manager, or okay, let me say now, let me bring it down to say you bring it down to officer level. You have been employed as a procurement officer. You've raised the requisition, you've contacted the vendors, but you know that you're not the one making payment. Do you own the process by ensuring that you follow up on everybody that is to everybody that is supposed to maybe follow up on the finance officers or the chains in order to achieve that result? That is ownership. Ensuring that task is being given to you and you're following up to ensure that it is completed. So beyond doing your own part, you need to ensure that you follow up to the very end. You own that responsibility. You're not being told what to do at every given point, even though you know how to do it. So this is what we look out for. And then communication and emotional intelligence. So we had a team member that joined the business. So I'm going to be citing an example. So this person joined, and one thing we noticed was his communication was very poor. So when we talk about communication, communicating with one another, so he won't, so when something comes up, he won't ask for clarity. He's new, so he won't ask for clarity. He will just run with the ideology that he has in his mind, and then most time he flops. He won't even ask somebody to say, "Oh, you've been here. How is this thing done? What is the process in carrying out this thing?" So we know you know the job, but every company have their different processes. Let's say you want to process payment. What is the process in this place? How do I achieve this? I know how to do it, but I need to know the company's process in doing this. So these are some of the communication gaps that he lacked. And then emotional intelligence. So you are leading a particular team. You have been employed to a particular to manage a particular location, and instead of calming, maybe you have people agitating for something. So instead of you to calm them down and then get back to the HR, reach out to the HR team to say, "Oh, my people are saying that they've not gotten XYZ amount of money they think they are supposed to get. What can be done?" That is big. That's communication. You're reaching out. Instead of doing that, you're coming to a general meeting to call out the person. That is not right. Do you understand? That is not right. You're not communicating properly and you're not applying emotional intelligence in what you're doing. Yes, you want to speak for your people, but knowing how to communicate that thing and knowing when to say it and how to say it is very important, even beyond knowing how to carry out the job and learning agility. So nobody knows it all. When you're working 9 to 5 or if you've gotten a job, you are going to always learn on the job. There's going to always be new things you're going to do. Most times, what they employ you to do might not be what you really do. It might change in a twinkle of an eye. So these are some of the things that HR professional look out for beyond your competence. So I'm going to be moving on to the next slide. Um, I hope we are clear on what I've mentioned.
Yes, we are.
And I can move on to the next slide.
Yes, for me, yes.
All right. Okay. So remember that this topic is how to stand out before and after. So here is after you've gotten the job, so you've been identified as a competent candidate. So that's why you got the job and that's why you were selected. So this is what HR look out for. Now, this is before you are being hired. So now, what makes you stand out before you get hired is intentional personal branding. Intentional personal branding. This is very, very important. Even if you're a fresh graduate, you need to be very intentional about your personal brand. And number two is preparation beyond the job description. Please, when you are preparing for an interview, you need to search for the company. You need to know what the company does. Please read up everything you know about the company. So let's say you're applying for the job of an accountant or a finance officer. Ensure that you read everything. You prepare, you read everything, even beyond the job description, get to know the culture of the organization and everything you know about the organization. And please be very prepared. And when you're coming for such interview, dress very well, please. It is very important. I've had interview session where the candidate was putting on singlet and he was lying down with his pillow. I was so upset. The hiring manager had to call up the interview. He said, "You're not ready for this interview. How can you come?" Because we usually have like a virtual interview. We usually hold virtual interview sessions in my place of work. So the person had to turn on his video and he wasn't properly dressed at all. So that's part of preparation. So you want to prepare beyond the job description and you want to have a professional presence because most times when we are interviewing for some roles, we usually go to check the candidate on social media, especially LinkedIn. Please, if you don't have a LinkedIn account, please, it is very, very important that you get a LinkedIn account. You optimize your LinkedIn account and be active on LinkedIn. Different offers. I got three different offers last year, which I turned down for personal reasons. And that was because I'm active on LinkedIn and I have a professional presence. Please, it is very important. So these are key things that stand you out before getting hired. So the next slide is congratulations, you got the job. Now what? So what next after getting the job? So I want to say that getting hired is not the finish line because once you're hired and you resume, you're going to start your probation cycle. So probation is about trust building. So because we don't know you, we are not even sure that you can deliver based on what you said you can do. So this when you get the job, the your line manager is trusting that you'll be able to deliver on what you said you will do. So I'm moving on to the next slide. Before I continue, I would like to pause a little. I would like to pause a little to take questions.
So guys, I know this session has been breathtaking, and for some of us, it is we've had a lot to take in. Do you have questions? Do you have questions so that Miracle can clear your doubts as much as possible?
I have a question.
Okay.
So you said LinkedIn accounts are important to build a professional presence. Now, for
Yes.
me, I'm in the creative space and I'm also trying to go back to school to brush myself up for what I studied in the university, which is completely different from the whole digital stuff we're doing here.
Okay.
Now, if I'm building a professional presence on LinkedIn, which one should I do? Because I really want to do both. I'm passionate about psychology and I'm also passionate about graphic design and social media manager. So how do I go about it?
Okay. So I think if I got you right, you're saying that how will you optimize your LinkedIn to have both career, seeing that is different career paths, right? Is that what you're saying?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Okay, can you come again with your question so that I'm very sure that I got you right?
Okay, I was saying how do I manage the two while trying to build a professional presence for both psychology and being a digital creator at the same time?
Okay, being a digital creator and a graphic designer, right?
A digital creator as in graphic designer and social media manager, and also what I studied in school being psychology, and I want to do both. How do I manage it and build a professional presence on LinkedIn or any other social media?
Okay, so I think that the major thing is being able to optimize your LinkedIn to carry both.
Okay.
Being able to optimize your LinkedIn to carry both showcasing your skills as a graphic designer and also a psychologist. So it's about tweaking the words. It's basically about tweaking your words, presenting yourself to carry both.
Okay, thank you.
So if we don't have any other question, I would still like us to click on the link that is on the chat box. I have another question for us. Like I mentioned, I want this session to be as interactive as possible. So please let's click on the link and then I'll be sharing my screen shortly to hear your thoughts on the next question.
Okay, Miracle, I have a question, right?
Okay,
So
yes.
on this part of ownership, I don't think I got what you were saying there. So how does taking ownership affect you in the workspace?
Okay, thank you. So, when I say taking ownership, so when you're saddled with a responsibility, you want to ensure that you complete the responsibility even beyond what you've done. So let me cite an example. You've been asked to run a campaign. You've done your own part, but there are still some people that need to complete their own part to ensure that that project or that campaign is a success. So for some people, they'll be like, some people have this I don't care attitude. Some people have this lackadaisical attitude, and some people give this lazy vibe. So someone that takes ownership of work would strive to ensure that they meet all the process owners, every single person that would ensure that this project or the campaign is successful. They will follow up to the very end and make sure that they complete it in time. That's an example of owning the process, owning that responsibility, owning that job. And that breeds trust. So when your line manager is able to assign a task to you and you get it done with without his input or maybe with just little supervision, it means that you're owning the responsibility. There are some people in the workspace that you literally have to spoon feed, you literally have to follow up with them 10,000 times before you're able to get one thing done. So such kind of person, even the person can do it too. It's not like the person cannot carry out that job. He can do it. But you have to push the person to be able to get anything out of that person. That person is not standing out. If you want to stand out anywhere you find yourself, you have to have the ownership spirit. You have to be able to start something and finish it. So that's one thing that have helped me in my career. So I'm not somebody that have 1 million years of experience. I'm not even someone that have 10 years experience or even 5 years experience. I don't have it. But I'm able to, for every responsibility that is given to me, I'm able to own it. I'm able to run multiple projects at the same time and get it done. So that's the reason why I have a lot of responsibility. So the another thing is standing out. One side effect of standing out, I must be sincere with all is that you'll be given more. You have more to do. They will put you on the spot because they know that you will deliver. So that's one thing. But the advantage of that is you'll be able to grow very fast. You'll be able to scale up very, very fast, way, way above your peers. So that is the ownership spirit. Thank you. So, in the absence of any further question, I'm going to be sharing my screen and hearing our thoughts on the next question before we go back to the presentation. I hope that's fine.
Yes, yes. Thank you for your answer.
Okay, so please click on the link that's on the chat box and please give your and share your thoughts. Remember that these questions are anonymous question. I don't know who is sharing their thoughts and I can't trace it, but I just want it to be interactive. So that's why the we're having it. So I'm
But,
sharing my
but
screen.
Miracle, the
Okay.
questions are still the same, or is
Okay,
it
I'm
supposed to
changing the
change?
question.
Okay.
I just changed it now. Okay. So the question, okay. So what's one thing recruiter can tell about a candidate before meeting them? Anything, no right or wrong answer. So this is blank. So anything you write would reflect on the screen. Okay, so we have years of experience. Please let's get more. Please, there's no right or wrong answer.
Just
Please,
click the link. Click the link. The link is in the chat box.
yeah, the
Just
link,
click
yeah,
it,
exactly.
and then answer the question you see there.
And so
So there is no
another,
right or wrong. Oh,
thank you. Okay, we have just two responses. So please, this will just be for 3 minutes max. And looking at time right now, so we have years of experience, your confidence level from your actions. We can tell if you are confident about the job or not. Please let's get more feedback. Let's get more response.
answers, please. More answers. We are 21, so it means 19 people are yet to answer. Come on. There's nobody knows whether you're the one who gave an answer or not. So whatever answer you give is correct by virtue of the person asking the question. Miracle is the one asking the question, and she has said there's no right, there's no wrong answer. So answer.
Exactly. Please
Feel free.
answer. We don't
Feel free.
bite.
Give your answer. Give your answer. Come on. Two down, 19 to go. Oh, oh, someone is saying the link is not working. Can you copy the link and maybe open it in Google Chrome on your phone or your laptop?
Or you can, another thing you can do is you can just go on Chrome and search for Mentimeter, then enter the code which is displayed on the screen, which is 141924443.
14192.
Yes,
I will have more answers. Five answers. Oh, nice. Five answers gone, 17 to go. If you're just joining us, there's a link in the chat. Just check the link and click the link. There's a question there. The question has no right or wrong answer. Whatever you answer is correct. Just put your
exactly.
answer there. Put your answer there. Whatever your answer is correct. By virtue of who you are and the person asking the question, you are right. Okay, the code is 14. Let me type it, one four
One
one
four one
nine
nine two
two
five
five
four
four
three.
three.
Exactly. So we have some answers right displayed on my screen. So someone said they can tell if the candidate will be a good fit or not. Another person said confidence. I love that. Another person said his or her level of confidence, their readiness for the job enthusiasm. And another person said attention to detail and professionalism. Another person said their name, qualification, years of experience, and skills. And we have charisma. So please keep your answers rolling in. I love the energy.
8 answers in, 14
Yeah.
answers to go. Come on, bring it on, bring it on.
Yes, bring it on. Yeah, I love
Bring it
that.
on. By virtue of who you are, your answer is
Mhm.
correct.
Yes, so Hmm. They can
So
tell if the person is smart and proactive, their years of experience. Okay, so in the next 1 minute, we'll call it off and then we'll be moving on to the next
feature your
slide.
answer here. Feature your answer here. Fast. Feature your answer. We wouldn't know that is your answer, but feature your answer. By
Yeah, so someone said
virtue of
from
who you are.
your CV, they can tell the candidate experience and skills. Okay, okay. From your CV, they can tell the candidate experience and skills, and also if they use ChatGPT to build their CV. I love this. I love this. Okay, sorry, just I went back.
You can still answer one last stint. One last stint. Give us one more answer. One more
Yes,
answer. Curious
our
about.
calling. Yes, we're calling it. Yes, exactly. Okay, so I'll stop sharing. I've gotten your responses and I really love your feedback. Like I mentioned, there's no, okay, trust the process. So there's no wrong or right answer. So I'm going to be moving on to the next, I'm going to be moving on to the next slide. Um, okay, so please confirm that you can see my slide.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So remember we were saying we're talking on how to stand out before and after getting hired, even beyond your competence. So another way you can stand out is by visibility. So, but please note that visibility goes side by side with value. Visibility without value is noise. Value without visibility can be overlooked. So let me explain. Um, okay, so before getting hired, let's start with before getting hired. You need to put yourself out there. You need to have you need to be out there, optimize your social media accounts, especially your LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is one of the major professional app that we have out there. And people poach people on LinkedIn. Are we aware? People like recruiters go to meet people in their DM on LinkedIn for pitching their job advertisement to them directly. We are conversant with the way we apply for jobs, but on LinkedIn, based on how you've been able to optimize your profile, you've been able to present yourself, you've been able to maybe post one or two things about what you do and the value you give. Because if you're when you're posting on LinkedIn, you want to ensure that whatever you're posting speaks to what you do, what you can the services you can render, or if it's goods you're selling, the goods you're selling. So you're supposed to tie your visibility to your value. So recruiters go to LinkedIn, reach out to different individuals to send them job advertisements for them to come up on the interview session based on how they've presented themselves. So that's visibility before getting hired, and that's how you can stand out. So, and then even if you apply for the job, even during the recruitment, during when the interview is going on, I've experienced it where some hiring manager go to search the person on LinkedIn or any other platform to know what the person does and how the person have presented themselves. That's why it is very important. But again, I'm saying that if you're going to be optimizing your profile, if you're going to be out there on different social media platforms, please tie it to what you do, tie it to the value you give, tie it to something that is really valuable that you can use in exchange for money, either your service. For the person that mentioned that she's a social media manager and she's also a graphic designer, if you're going to be out there, your post should be something that is very valuable, and you are able to tie what you do to that post in order to gain visibility. So, and again, when you've gotten the job, please don't be silent. If you are in a meeting, if even if you're in a general meeting, speak up. Say what, if they say, oh, do anybody have anything to say? Speak up, say yes, I have something to say, but ensure that whatever you're saying is something that is valuable. That's how you stand out. That's how people get to know you. The reason why people get promoted, sometimes it's not like they are better than you. I'm telling you for a fact, it's not like they know better than you. It's visibility. They are, and visibility, and again, you have to be very strategic with your, with being visible, with your visibility in when you've gotten the job. You need to be visible to people that make the rules. You need to be visible to people that would instrumental to your growth in the organization. So and again, some people do misuse this by doing eye service in quotes. So it's only those people that they feel can help them get promotion or get this and this, that they maybe carry out good work or something like that. So that's them not utilizing this properly. But again, you need to be very strategic after you've gotten the job. Speak out. That's another way you can be visible in your place of work, is contributing, giving valuable feedback or valuable contributions in any project or anything you find yourself doing at the group level. Another way you can be visible is coming up with solutions. So you've identified a loophole in your department. Have you been able to come up with a solution? That's another thing. So if you're able to come up with a solution, instead of you to go and be discussing with your colleague, oh, hey, this thing is not working, oh, and I think this thing can be a very good idea. Don't discuss it with your team, because 9 to 5, the corporate work can be very corny. Some people want to just outsmart you. They'll go and take that your idea. They will not say that is Abirel that gave me this idea or that discussed this with me. No, they will not do that. They will go and package that your idea. They will go and package your idea and sell it to someone. Maybe they will write to the head of their department. They'll send an email, and they will not copy you. They'll send an email to the head of your department, writing out what you said you spot. It's not them that spotted it though. What you said, what you've spotted, they'll write it like it's their own idea. Then they'll give the solution that you gave when you were discussing. They'll give it as their own idea, and by so doing, they are being visible to their line manager. Their line manager is like, oh wow, this is a very fantastic idea. Okay, can you run this? And this is how you see that your ideas and people are implementing what you've thought of without acknowledging you. You just be there, and they will just overlook you. And when they want to promote, they will promote that person that they've always been seeing the person's name coming up. That's why some people get um um some people step up the ladder faster than some other people, because it's all about visibility and value. You must be visible to be able to step up the ladder very fast. That's the truth about 9 to 5. So I've been able to speak to before getting the job and after you've gotten the job. Are we together?
Yes, we are. We are feeling the heat of this session. Like a lot of
I
people's
hope it's not
specs are
boring.
falling out people's eyes. Like, because a lot of people have realized, oh, this is why they promoted my friend and they did not promote me. All
Yeah,
the
people
ideas
are
I was
very
giving
funny.
you was just going to
Hmm.
give them.
Yes, so it happens a lot. And
Wow.
you have to be coming up with ideas beyond what you do. Come up with something. And then whenever, especially whenever they ask questions like, and what do you think? Please have it always. That's why it's good to read, like watch videos and all of that, so that you can be able to have valuable input. If you are always having valuable input, they won't be able to hold a meeting without you, because they know that you're going to, when you join that meeting, you're you're going to give them a very valuable feedback or insight or another way they can carry out that project. And you are, by so doing, you're standing out as an employee beyond being competent. So the next on my slide is behaviors that drive retention and growth. So now this is speaking to after you've gotten the job. Yes, we know that you can do the job, but beyond doing the job, how can you now be retained? How can you drive retention and growth? So number one is relationship building. Oh my God, this is very important. You need to maintain good relationship with your line manager. Like you cannot win that war. Your line manager would deal with you in ways that you will not even imagine. You need to have very good relationship with your line manager. That's number one thing, because in the corporate world, the line manager is the one. It's not HR that will say, "Oh, this person is suitable for promotion." No. So that's one of the reasons why people hate HR, because HR is not the person that determines promotion most times. You're not working with HR. The person you're working with is your line manager. That's the primary person. And your line manager is very, very important. Please, by all means, have a very good relationship with your line manager. Have a very good relationship with your colleagues. Your colleagues, if you have a good relationship with your colleagues, they'll always have your back. Always. And when you have good relationship with your colleagues, so that even your superior, your peers, and of course in the corporate environment, you always have people that you are higher than. To maintain good relationship with everybody across the ladder and below the ladder, it is very important for your retention. I can't even overemphasize this. Very, very important. The next thing is culture awareness. You need to align yourself with the culture of the organization. Please, if the culture is toxic, by all means, leave that place. If no matter how good you are on that job, if you do not align, if you're not aware of the culture, number one is being aware. You have to be aware of the way of doing things in that place first before before aligning yourself with the culture of that organization. So you need to align yourself with the ways they do things to be able to strive, to even be able to give in your best. You need to know, okay, this is what is being done, this is how they do things. But of course, there's always room for improvement. Accountability. You need to be accountable to your line manager. There are some people that resume and they just do things anyhow. They come to work anytime they like they come to work, let's say resumption time is 8 a.m. and then they'll go to work by 11 a.m. and then by 2 p.m. they're already leaving without taking maybe permission or asking question, or just taking permission or letting your line manager know that, oh, this is the reason why I'm coming late and all of that. So if somebody is very good at what they do and they are not accountable, they are not accountable to anybody, it becomes an issue and the person can actually lose their job because of lack of accountability. And then adaptability. You need to be able to adapt, especially when you're working 9 to 5 in a private organization. Sometimes they'll give you tasks, they'll say it's very urgent and a whole lot. In fact, I've seen this meme that they say, like all these short corporate funny videos where they say you see someone trying to search for the most urgent task out of the urgent tasks. I don't know if you understand what I was saying. So because a lot of times you might get, oh, this is urgent, but you want to pick the task that is that is of most priority. So you need to be adaptable to change and anything that comes your way. So this is how you're able to drive retention and growth beyond being competent. Are we following? I
Yes,
hope
we
you're
are. We
following.
are. Yes, we are.
Okay. So I'll soon be I'll be very fast because of our time. I think we're just 8 minutes away to 9. So common mistakes people avoid and common mistakes to avoid, sorry, is waiting to be told everything. Please don't wait to be told everything. That's another that's it still speaks to ownership. You know what you're supposed to do. Some people they are competent, yes, you know how to do the work, but they'll be waiting for line manager to say, oh, have you asked this person? Have you done this? Have you done that? Please, if you want to stand out, own that job, own that responsibility, even beyond. That's a very, very, very good way of standing out. Don't wait to be told everything. Please, hard work does not speak. Yeah, that's another mistake. Don't try, please, humility no dey pay. Humility e no dey pay. So yes, I think yesterday we in my department we had a meeting with a very top executive, and she asked that we introduce ourselves and tell her what we do. So some people will just say, oh, I'm an HR officer, and that is it. But knowing that from my years in the corporate world, I've been able to see that hard work does not speak. Nobody is going to advertise yourself. Nobody is going to speak for you the way you will speak for yourself. So I gave her a little detail of what I do. Told her that this is what I do and with numbers, because you don't know the next conversation that will come up. So please always articulate what you do on a daily basis. Articulate it and always always speak, talk about what you do and how you contribute value to the organization at every given time. It's very important because you don't know what they are saying in the next room. And most times, some of the people they promote, some people that get like good offers, good things, are the people that are visible. They're always talking about what they do, the value that they give. So again, if you're speaking to the value you give, what you bring to the table. So please don't keep quiet. Always speak out because it is very, very instrumental to your growth and for you to stand out. And then ignoring people dynamics. This also tie down to emotional intelligence. You have to be very careful. You have to know when to say things, how to say things. It is very, very important to be able to stand out in the workplace. So at this point, I'm going to take the last question on our Metimeter. And um
Hello, Miracle. Can I ask a question? My battery,
okay,
my
yes.
phone was on 3%. I just want to ask before I leave the call.
All right.
So my question would be
Okay.
on visibility and ownership.
Okay.
How do you handle a team member? You guys are on the same cadre, and you're trying to show visibility. You're trying to own tasks that have been given to you. And you know the kind where we are in a corporate world, and people see that as see people they think you are trying to do eye service or something of sort. How
Exactly.
do you handle such team members? You're on the same cadre. You're trying to when tasks are given, you try by all means to handle your task, do it properly, and then even when where he's lacking, you're trying to help him out, and then he feels you are trying to do eye service and all that. How do you handle such kind of people in the workspace, in the work environment, and also visibility when you're out there, when you're outspoken, when you go out there and then speak out, people feel that this one is just trying to show himself and all that. So how do you handle such kind of situation? Thank
Okay.
you.
So the thing is, sometimes you can't change people. That's number one thing you should know. You can't change people. People have different mindsets about things. and you can't change that. There are some people that have inferiority complex. No matter, you cannot dim your light to please people, especially when you're not doing it at the detriment of anybody. So again, visibility can be done in such a way that you are doing it at the detriment of another person. There are some people that it's not they're not the one that carried out that tax, but they will say it as if they are the one that carried it out. That's being detrimental. So my advice to you is, as long as you are doing it in the right way, saying things, yes, again, I spoke on emotional intelligence. When you're trying to be visible and you're trying to ensure that people know that, oh, this is the value you bring, you need to know when to talk. You need to know when to say it, how to say it. Your when and how is very important. As long as you're doing it properly, I would say that you should not don't look at how don't look at the other person, because a lot of people have inferiority complex and there's nothing you can do about it. Please throw yourself out there, because that is what would stand you out. Number one, those people that are saying, oh, this person is showing himself too much, this person is displaying too much, it's still the same set of people that will recommend you when a project or a campaign comes up and they're looking for who can handle that task. There are some critical campaign that will come up in your organization, and the best person to carry it out is you, because you have shown, you have proven, you've said that you'll be able to do it, and you've been able to do similar things in the past. So that's my advice to you. Don't dim your light for anybody. People have inferiority complex, and that's their own thing to deal with. You have a goal, strive for that goal, and keep showing up. Thank you. Have I
Wow.
All right,
answered
thank
your
you.
question?
Miracle, I saw another hand up. I saw Abimbola. I saw
Okay.
Abimbola. Abimbola, please
Yes,
ask your
and
question.
Bimbola is my colleague.
Okay,
Bimbola,
okay.
please go on.
So, and guys, you can,
Colleague
the
can
poll
find.
is up. Go and answer.
Abimbola, I can't hear you if you're speaking. I don't know, your voice is quite faint. Your voice is quite faint. Can anyone hear him? Abira, if you can hear him,
Yeah,
just get to the
it's
question
the same
quickly.
for me. It's the same for me.
Oh,
His voice
okay.
is low.
Oh,
I
okay.
think he's far from his speaker, or maybe he's using an earphone.
Yeah, if you're using an earphone, can you disconnect and then connect directly so that I can hear you clearly?
I've done that. I've done
Okay.
that. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Loud and
you're
clear.
very clear now.
Yeah. My question is totally related to what Obi asked earlier on how you hold yourself responsible when it's in the environment the environment you are is somehow collective. Maybe whenever responsibility is coming out, it's collective responsibility. In fact, to the extent that your KPI at the end of the year is still almost the same. I hope you do. I hope you understand what where I'm getting into. Like, how do you now
Yeah, I understand clearly.
share others when you have shared goals, shared responsibility? How do you do that? How do
Okay,
you sell yourself in the market?
okay. So I will speak because I know exactly. Okay, so I'm going to speak. My response is going to be tailored to what you do. Is it fine for me to tailor it to what you do, because we both work in the same organization? Is it fine, or should I just speak generally?
Yeah, yeah,
I
it's
think
fine.
speaking
It's fine.
generally would be
We are all here to
nice
learn.
for those of us that are not in his field.
No, no, no. When I mean this, and I want to be okay. Okay, so let
Okay,
me
okay,
speak
okay. I think it
generally.
makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, let me speak generally. So, let's say, for example, you are a marketer, and you are being given the same target to do. So your KPI is the same, or let's say you work in a lab and your processes is the same year in, year out. How do you stand out in such situation? So it is very simple. How you can stand out is by coming up with better ways to carry out that thing and documenting it. You have your, it's the same task you're being given, the same thing you're being given, but you've been able to come up with a better way of achieving it, and you're able to articulate your wins. When you're able to articulate your wins, you're able to project it to your line manager. Your manager will be like, this person is different from the other person, because already everybody is doing the same thing. So you don't want to just do the same thing. You're giving, so let's say for example, I'm supposed to carry XYZ. The way at which I carry XYZ will not be the same with the way another person carried XYZ. That will stand you out. Number two is articulate, very, very important, articulating your wins. Articulating your wins is very important, and how to communicate that wins. That's what is going to stand you out when you are being given collective responsibility. I think for me, it's even very easy in standing out. Have I answered your question, Abimbo? Abimbola, yes. I know him as Felix, so that's how I'm finding it difficult to pronounce the name. Felix, is that fine? Hello, Abire, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
I can
yes,
hear you.
I can hear you too.
Okay.
I'm having
Have I been
issues
able
with
to
the
have
network.
I been able to answer your question?
Yes, yes, Miracle, you have. Thank you.
Okay. So as you're starting this year, articulate your wins. That responsibility, that collective responsibility that you've been given, make a projection for yourself. What you want to achieve, how you want to achieve it is going to be different, and it should be known to only yourself. Write it out, write out your wins, write out how you've been able to achieve it. And because you definitely have departmental meetings, so when you people come together to discuss, oh, this is the projection, this is the number of tons you're supposed to generate and all of that, you are able to contribute, you're able to research, you're able to browse, you're able to come up with better ideas, and you're able to say it during meetings. That's how you'll be able to stand out. Your line manager will start noticing that, oh, this person is different from this person. This person is not just doing the usual thing that every other person is doing. So that's how you stand out.
Noted. All right.
Okay, so does any other person have any question so that we can quickly wrap it up?
Yes, someone's hand is up. Bulus,
Okay.
Emmanuel Bulus, his hand is up. But guys, please, there's another question in the link. So click the link and answer it. We only have 5 answers, and we are around 21 here. So 5 answers gone. We have like 16 answers to go. Please just go there and answer the question. Remember, by virtue of who you are, there is no right or wrong answer. Give us your answer.
Exactly.
Give us your
Please
answer.
bring it on, bring it on. We don't bite
Not
here.
even if there's a right or wrong answer, we don't even know who is giving the right or the wrong answer. So come on, give your
Exactly.
answer. So
Exactly.
I so we have two people trying to ask questions. Emmanuel,
Okay. Please go on with your question. Hello.
Emmanuel
Please.
Bubulus, please ask your question. And then after you, there is Lady Chimax. Emmanuel, are you there?
Okay, so while we're waiting for Emmanuel, can next person ask their question?
Okay, yes, yes. Okay, Lady Chimax, you can ask your question while we're waiting for Emmanuel to
Okay.
unmute.
Hi guys. Good evening. Hey everybody. Hi Miracle.
Good evening.
Hi, Amaka. I'm so excited to hear your voice.
Oh. So good to see you in your professionalism. I'm so proud. I'm so
Um,
proud. Okay,
okay, thank
so
you.
you're welcome always. Okay, so you spoke about showing your value with visibility, meetings, and all of that. Now, my own question is just this: like when you show all these things, because I had told you how I had to quit my job because of how toxic it was and focus on entrepreneurship, right? And it's
Yes.
basically digital entrepreneurship. So it's not like it's physical. It's more like digital, yeah.
Yes.
So now, in a situation where you have shown who you are, even in the digital space, let me tell you the truth, this your class is even practical in a digital space. So I won't lie to you. If it's a digital job, you still need to do these things that you spoke about, right? You still need to show. So the main thing now is when you're showing and you still have people who are envious, of you or making you feel like, oh, she's doing too much because I've had that all my life since I was a teenager, right? I would always want to, if they say, oh, do you have a question or do you have something? Those that know me know that I've always loved to add
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So the thing is, now when you are adding and you are so excited to share what you have to the main headline officer or frontline manager, whatever the person's position is, you have that there. How do you combat that whole envy, everything in the office? Because that thing, I've been
Yeah.
through a lot.
Hmm.
That's all I can say. I've been through so much that I had to become tough by force, by fire, by thunder. So I just want to know, how do we do it softly? You know me now, my own is fire for fire. If you give me, I give you back 10 times. Watch your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do we do it softly? I'm trying to be extra soft. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So the number one is uh, again, you can't change people, and you can't dim your light because of how another person feel, especially when you're not doing it the wrong way. You're not doing it at the detriment of anybody. You're not taking someone's glory, because there are some people that they are very good at taking another person's glory. So as long as you're not doing it the wrong way, I am of the opinion that you cannot dim your light for another person. And this the same set of people that feel I'll call them, to me, they have inferiority complex, and that's their problem to deal. And again, please, if the environment is toxic, there's nothing you can do. You just have to leave that place. So again,
Wow.
it's still
Thank
tied down to relationship building. So the kind of relationship you have with your line manager and your colleagues would even determine how you say things, when to say things. So if everything is right and people still feel that way, especially your colleagues still feel that way, then it's their problem. They have inferiority complex and you should go and deal with it. There's nothing you can do. And you can't stop dimming your light, because your value, if you don't speak, people will know, people will know to what extent you know. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. If you don't
you.
speak,
Yes.
nobody knows
Yes.
that you know it until you say you know it.
True.
And that's what,
True.
and at the end of the day, that's what brings food to your table. That's what gives you
Mm.
that promotion. That's what makes you scale up the ladder. A lot of those people we admire, even in the career space, even the digital space, they show up mercilessly, even when they are not getting impression, they are not getting likes, they are always their stories. When they come to tell you their early stories, you just be overwhelmed. Like, you just be surprised that, oh, so this person didn't have any like, and this person was showing up with so much consistency. And there, of course, they will have stories of people that felt they were doing too much, they were always showing up and all. There are always those category of people, but you ensure that those set of people are not making the place toxic for you, because if they're making it toxic for you, then you need to leave that environment and go to another place that is ambitious driven. So for example, in my department, I so much love my colleagues, because whenever there is something for us to work on, everybody's giving their opinion. People are researching. Like, even today, we were assigned a group project to do with I and my other colleagues, and everybody. In fact, I was the one that even I quickly jumped on it. I worked on the first draft and I sent it to my other colleagues. I didn't copy my line manager. It was assigned to someone else actually, and it was assigned to her, but we're supposed to have a group conversation, a group meeting on it. And I quickly worked on the draft because I'm very good at that. I quickly worked on the draft and I sent it to her. And then I sent it to her without copying my line manager, so he doesn't know. And then she was the one that set up a meeting with the other team members, displaying what I had worked on, and we deliberated on it. And people came up with better ideas, better things, and we were able to incorporate one or two things and fine tune the whole thing. And then she submitted it on behalf of the team. So that's collaboration, and nobody is dimming their light and feeling that, oh, I don't want it to look like. So if you're in such environment, please just to avoid, if you're in such toxic environment, just leave there. And I'm glad you actually left. But please don't stop showing what you're good at. Don't stop showing up and being visible and delivering value. That's what I would say. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you.
All right.
Thank
Won-
you.
So please let's
Wonderful question,
begin.
and wonderful answer. So
All
this is the
right.
last question we'll be taking, please.
Yeah, this is the
Emmanuel
last
Bulus,
question.
are you set? Are you
Okay.
set?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Yes,
you
loud and
clearly.
clear.
All
Okay.
right. So, I have a question on the part of visibility, yeah,
Okay.
and teamwork actually. So, where I actually work because I got an opportunity to. I was serving there, so currently I had to just join them, not like a food staff, but just to join them. So now I noticed that the current director at the particular place I was retired, so a new one had to come. So that new one now, she actually likes these new ideas. She likes to make things a little bit easy. So you just have to bring ideas. So regardless of other staffs, like the top staffs, because I was working directly with the director, I
Okay.
give the director an idea on a systemic way that we could actually approach some particular files rather than stacking them. It caused like delays and all of that. So she bought the idea and she was actually happy with it. But now I noticed that the higher staffs felt like I was taking their job, like because I'm just a copper who just is patching in and just voluntarily doing something there. So I actually had to be dropping opinion, but they weren't buying it because they felt like I was causing havoc. And because whenever I give the director something like an idea, she buys the idea and she like, oh yeah, work on it. So this other stars feel like I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much. So I don't know. How do you think I could actually work in that? Like, how do you think I could actually work out things? And I don't know, what would you say in that kind of situation or something? Yeah.
Okay. So again, this is where emotional intelligence comes in. So there are some ideas that you would have. Now, I'm approaching this based on the fact that you're a core member, according to what you said. So,
No, I'm
and
actually done. I'm actually done. I'm
okay,
actually
you're done.
done.
Okay, but
Yes.
it's not a full-time, you're not a full-time staff yet, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
So you have the projection of being retained, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the lens. Because again, you want to tread softly in that kind of situation because those are the people that would want to go and badmouth you and make you not to get what you want to get. So in that kind of situation, you want to tread very softly. Number one, I would suggest that when you have like an idea or a better way of doing things, you want to check what you want to check that idea. Is it something that would be a bit detriment to them? Do you understand? Is it something is it something that is going to affect them? If it's something that is going to affect them, then you might just chip it to your senior colleague, let your senior colleague be the one to run with that idea. Of course, the person is going to give credit to you, but let the person be at the forefront of that idea so that you are able to manage relationship with those senior people. Because when it comes to retainment, your of course your director, the person you're working directly with is the person that would recommend, but other people's input matters a lot. So you want to tread softly at that point. So that's what I would advise, that anything that is going to affect them or make them feel threatened, you want to give that idea to a senior person to run with while you assist in the background, since you're not yet a full staff. When you're a full staff, whatever they say doesn't matter because they can't take your job from you as long as you didn't steal or go beyond or go contrary to the rules and regulation of the company. But since you're looking forward to being retained, you want to tread softly. And again, you want to um, have some sort of good relationship with them, sort of, because again, you need to be very strategic in what you're doing because the end point is to get retained as a full staff. Have I answered your question?
Yeah, thank you.
This is
But
I'm
this how
giving practical. Okay, yes.
okay, this how this works. Yeah.
Mhm.
So now I work hand in hand with the overall boss.
Okay,
I don't know if you get. So
yes.
this particular spouse, like this is like the director, we have the deputy directors. So now some of those tasks are meant to be done by the deputy directors, but the director actually gives me opportunity to give her idea on that particular thing. And when both of us talk about it in private about the particular thing, then she goes to maybe they're having a particular directors meeting or deputy directors meeting, then she gets to say, okay, this is something that Emmanuel actually brought to my table, and I love it, and I want us to implement it. I don't know if you get the whole thing. It
Yes,
now makes
yes,
them feel like
I get
I'm
it
trying to take
better.
the job and I'm overdoing things, and it makes them start giving me a lot of attitude or sidelining me and all of that. And I don't really feel comfortable in that situation. I don't know. So that's actually why I'm just asking though.
I- Okay, I think I understand it better. You can't stop, so you can't again. Like I said, you can't dim your light for people. People will always feel that way. People that have inferiority complex. So when she asks you to deliver on something, you can't give shabby. You can't just maybe submit something shabby just to make some set of people happy. That's the honest truth. So I'm glad that she's the overall boss because if she's the overall boss, then she will have a say in terms of your retainment if you want to be retained. So what I would just say is to give a deaf ears to those people. Wait, those people they are like the older ones. They're not like your peers, colleague that you because of course in a place of work there are some people that will be your friend, like you guys gist and talk and they are like your peers. Those people are like your superiors, like they're not your peers, right?
Yes, yes, they are more like if you am
Exactly.
the superior.
Exactly. Just ignore them. There's nothing you can do. You can't dim your light for them. You need to stand out. You need to always deliver, give ideas on what you think is best, and that's how you're able to start. Those people that are doing that, I'm telling you that when they need somebody to stand in or run a particular project, it's still the same set of people that would mention your name in rooms that you an opportunity that you've not heard of because they know that you're capable, they know that you're going to deliver. They're just having inferiority complex and there's nothing you can do. It's everywhere. So, but when they make the environment very toxic that everybody seems against you, I would advise that you leave that kind of place. But if they are just particular set of people and they are not like your colleagues that you work with every time, then I think you should just ignore them. Just ignore them and focus on your work and your other colleagues. Just move with people that are like minds with you and just know that it is normal. It's applicable everywhere. And if you are not delivering on your job, it's still the same set of people that will complain that oh, this person is not delivering, this person is just coming to get salary. So that's the dynamics of a workplace, honestly. Even
Thank
like
you.
my even like myself, people say, oh, I'm doing too much. I'm always sending emails. I'm always on people's face. And Bimbola can testify, and any of my colleagues that is on this call, I'm always sending emails. I'm always doing this. If there's any employee engagement, most times I'm the one running it, and I'm the one that people are saying. So of course people will say, oh, this girl is doing too much. I'm just doing my job. I'm just someone that like to ensure that everything is done properly, and I own that responsibility. So I don't care. I don't care what anybody is saying, as long as it's not detrimental, and it's not detrimental to you, and I'm doing the right thing. So that's what standing out comes with.
All right,
Okay.
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yes, you're welcome, Emmanuel. That's my brother, by the way. Okay. So the question on the board is, the question on my screen, sorry, is, what do you think is the most critical phase of employment? So this is after you've gotten the job. Remember that our question is beyond competence, how to stand out before and after getting hired. So this question tilts to after you've gotten the job. What do you think is the most critical phase of employment? So when people get employed, they just relax. They just even though they know how to do the work, they are just relaxed, maybe a bit lazy, having I don't care attitude and all of that. They don't know that HR is actually watching them. So the question is, okay, so this is the question, and the options is interview stage, the first 90 days, and after confirmation. So again, there's no right or wrong answer. However, the most suitable answer is the first 90 days. So the first 90 days is usually your probation period. So this is where your HR and the line manager is actually assessing you to know if, okay, beyond saying you can do this and all of that, can you actually do this? Do you actually align with our culture? Are you accountable? Do you have good attitude and all of that? So the first 90 days determine your retention beyond your competence. Okay, so we've come to the end of the poll question. I'll quickly wrap up my presentation because the session is already becoming very long. Um, okay, so key takeaways. Competence is the minimum. Of course, competence is the key. It gets you to the job. But beyond it, there are other things that follow for your retention. Standing out start early. It start from your first day at the job. It start from even before getting hired. For you to get hired, you must have stood out for them to select you out of the numerous candidates that they've met. Then HR notices more than you think, and that's the truth. HR notices your attitude, the way you relate with other people, the way you carry out that job and everything, that work. We notice everything. Okay. So my final charge to everyone is, don't just aim to be competent, go beyond that. Don't just get hired, do more. I've mentioned what you need to do and stand out. So I've come to the end of my presentation, and I think we've taken questions already. So I want to use this opportunity to thank Abire for inviting me for this section. He said, Miracle, I know you can deliver on this. I hope I didn't fall your hand.
At
So,
all, you did not.
and
Oh my hand. Thank you
I
so
told him
much,
that I'm
Miracle.
not.
Thank
All
you
right,
so much,
so
Miracle.
I've come to the end, and it was quite an interesting session. I hope I didn't bore you with plenty talks. I just wanted to emphasize more on my point, and I hope that in our various endeavor, we actually stand out in whatever we do. We strive for excellence, because me, I don't take no for an answer. My team members know that. And again, and let me chip this. While you're standing out, just know that you will work. They will give you work, because they know that, oh, you are good at what you do, and beyond being good, you've demonstrated some characteristics, some attitude, and all of that. So you always get more work to do. And again, you would another thing that more work does is it gives you visibility, you're well recognized, and you climb up the ladder very fast. So thank you, everyone. I'm handing over to the host of this session. Okay, thank you. Abira, over to you.
Thank you so much, Miracle. This was a breathtaking session. Please, did you get value in this session? If you got value, I want you to go to the chat and type "Miracle for President." If I did not see
Hey,
"Miracle for President" in the chat box, it
okay.
means you did not get value. So if I did not
Oh
see
my
you typing, it means you did not get value. So go to the chat box and type "Miracle for President." Quickly, quickly. Don't be slow. Yes, don't be slow. Miracle for President. Who is okay? No, this is a recorded call, so I don't want to. Please type in Miracle for President because Miracle did a fantastic job. So, guys, you've heard from her. It is not about being competent. Your behavior after you've gotten the job is one thing. Being able to speak for yourself. I've heard a lot of people say, "My job will speak for itself." My brother, is a lie. Your job will not say shit.
God.
Your job will not say anything because there's this guy who says that even if your skill level is 10 over 10 and your communication level is 3 over 10, no matter how good you are, people will think your skill level is 3 over 10. So you must learn to communicate what you do. Like Miracle said, articulate your values very well. Articulate your values so that you don't think that your village people are disturbing you. It is you that is disturbing yourself by refusing to show up. It is you that is refusing to take ownership. It is you that is dimming your light because some of your colleagues have inferiority complex. So shine your light. Shine your light. If you are good and you are not showing it, it's like you've seen a girl you like and you are winking at her in the dark. You are wasting your time. So, guys, if you enjoyed today's session, I want you to know that the Outliers Advantage series happens every month. We used to do it twice a month, but I've decided to make it once a month so that every month you have a session that you cannot recover from till the end of the month. Like this session now, if you are a growth-minded person, just like the way my former boss told me, if you're a growth-minded person, then this session is enough to last you for your first 90 days. See that first 90 days, that's what determines whether they retain you, they fire you, or even promote you. So Miracle has done a great job. Our next speaker next month is also going to do a fantastic job. So thank you so much, Miracle. Thank you so much. I am grateful. Thank you for honoring our session, and thank you for delivering value because oh, this was breathtaking. Thank you. So, guys, I want you to do one final thing, right? You can go to any of your social media handles, anywhere you are most comfortable with. But our speaker has said LinkedIn is nice. So you can go to LinkedIn and drop use one lesson you learned from this session to go and make a post on LinkedIn. Tag Miracle, tag me, right? On LinkedIn, I am Emeka Abire. On LinkedIn, Miracle is also Miracle Solomon, but you may need to send a connection request so that it's easy to tag us. Okay? So please don't forget to do this. It's in your best interest, I promise you. Make a post about what you learned and post it on LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, feel free to use Instagram or X. Okay, so that will be the end of the session for me. Any question for me, guys? Any question for me? I'm going to count 10. If there's no question, I'm going to say good night. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Sorry, please hold. Can you hold on? I'm trying to read the comment. I'm trying to
Okay,
read the comment on the chat box. Just a
okay.
little. Just
I
give
just
me
saw
just
that. I just saw a
2 minutes,
hand
please.
up. Vincent's hand is up. Vincent, please shoot your question.
Good evening, everybody. My
Good
name is Vin.
evening.
I'm a content creator and a video editor. I don't have a question actually. I've been listening all through. You know when Igbo say "Oba Jurumanya," when you're getting so much information that you just need to just shut up. They say when you stay among kings, you have to just keep quiet and learn. So I was just quiet and learning. So I just wanted to take out the time to say thank you for putting this together, and also thank you to Miracle for the awesome presentation. They say mentorship. This is more like mentorship actually. Mentorship actually teaches you the lesson without the pain. So probably you've experienced these things, you've gone through the pain, and you are now giving it out to us so that we can get these lessons without having to go through the pain you have gone through. And that's really a very amazing thing to do. And once again, thank you for the presentation. And my mentor, Mr. Emeka, thank you also.
You're welcome, Vincent.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for the
much.
compliment.
There's another
Okay,
question. There is Amara. Amara has a question in the chat.
okay. Amara, please over to you.
Okay, so it's not like question, just like this and said. Is I think for me, I was wowed. I was wowed because knowing, like, walking behind the scene with you today and hearing you say, "I'm not ready, I'm not ready, I'm not," and then I kept saying that if that the miracle I know can never say, like, you can never be, let me use the word unready when you are tasked with doing something. And just like you talked about ownership, you took ownership of this. And it was, I kept, my book is filled up. Like, I kept writing because even when I thought, oh, I have been in the 9 to 5, right? And probably I knew one or two things. I did not know. You say you humbled me. And the part you
Mhm.
also mentioned about you cannot fight your line manager. And I remember because we've always had this communication that I told you how bad my line manager was. And when you explained it, it made me realize that truly I thought I could win the battle with my line manager. But anytime I try to do something to him and I feel, oh, probably I've done something, he goes to the HR and say, Amarachi does not deserve this bonus.
And they will listen to him. They will listen to your
And they
line
have
manager.
never given me a bonus because of him.
Yes.
One
You
of the
can't
reasons
fight
why I
your
had to
line
leave was
manager.
it was a very toxic environment. And because you have said it now made me understand that I was just wasting my time trying to fight this man. Because this is the only person HR listens to. Who am I? They will just, oh, they probably just say normal, hi, hi, good morning. But when it comes to professionalism, it is the man that they listen to. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you because I know I'm not going to do 9 to 5. But even in my remote job, and if I'm not working with a company that has teams, it has given me a better insight on how to work with them. Thank you. You are my best friend, but see, this one does not require friendship. This is professionalism at the core. And I am saying thank you. You humbled everything I think I knew about 9 to 5 and about how the workspace is. You humbled me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for the compliment, though. I might know that to hype someone, but it's fine. Okay, so I think I've gone through the messages on the comments and I'm good on the chat box, sorry. And I'm good. Abiri, I think we can end the session.
All right. Thank you again. So our final words, just say thank you, Miracle, in the chat box. Just say thank you,
All
Miracle, in
right.
the chat box.
You're welcome. Bye everyone.
Bye. So guys, I'm going to see you next month. Have a wonderful day ahead. Have a wonderful week and good night. Bye.